Hello everyone, welcome to UmagineSoft Big Data training and tutorial. I am Vivek and I'll be the trainer for this course. I am currently working as a big data consultant with UmagineSoft. I have around 11 plus years of experience on ETL, data warehouse solutions and big data solutions. I have worked almost on all the ecosystem tools of the big data, and that includes Hadoop and its ecosystem. We have worked mostly on the solutions, providing solutions into various domains, primarily on the healthcare domain and the financial domain and the government sectors. So as part of UmagineSoft, what we do, what as an organization we do. So let me just walk you through our website. You can log in into a website by typing www.umaginesoft.com. As the UmagineSoft, we provided service into IT services, training and consultancy services. So if you click on our service tab, you can see the list of services what we do. We are primarily into IT, consultancy and training. We focus on niche technologies like artificial intelligence, computer vision, Internet of Things and big data. Our consultancy focuses across various life cycle of the product. So we involve with the customers from the design phase, we deploy a solution, we develop a solution, and we maintain their application. We have a hardcore technical team which have an exhaustive experience on big data and the analytical platforms. So as part of our training, right? So before we talk about the training part of or the Hadoop related details what we cover, set parts of the training, right? So I would like you to show that we have a academy which we have designed exclusively for the consultants and the professionals who are trying to work into a niche area. Okay, so we have courses on Arduino and Internet of Things. We have courses on big data and Hadoop. We also take care of training needs on Angular, that is a web platform, and also the QA automation open source tool like Protector. We also provide a training and tutorials for Java, and people who have no experience on a programming language or who wanted to shift their career, have been working on SQL side and wanted to learn Java, we have an exhaustive course on Java. So let me walk you through the Hadoop module that would be the focus of this training. So as part of our Hadoop course, it is a 30-hour online training and tutorial course. We also have an assignment of 40 hours that includes a lot of problem solving for each of the areas we cover on the Hadoop side. By the end of the assignment, you have a project work, which is almost for 20 hours. You need to finish a real-time project across any industry. Okay, we will give you a use case and then you need to solve and come up with a solution, submit your solution so that we could certify you. So what you will learn as part of this course, right? We'll start with the basics of Hadoop. We'll start with MapReduce, HDFS, HBase, and then we go into the specific tools like Hive, Peg, HBase, Uzi, Flume, Scope. We also have a real-time use cases, especially on the finance and the social media. We have divided the entire course into 30 modules, right? And we would like to just walk you through couple of contents or an overview of contents for each of the module. So the very first module will talk about Hadoop. We'll talk about the different data types. We'll talk about big data, what a big data means for a layman. We'll talk about the history, the evolution of Hadoop, and then we'll talk about then we'll jump on into the Hadoop architecture, where we'll focusing upon the architecture related details for Hadoop. We'll talk about HDFS, how do you write into HDFS, which is a distributed file system. The model for HDFS is again divided into two parts where we have covered the job tracker, the task tracker, and the map reduce as one part, and the HDFS or the storage engine into the another part. We'll also talk about, we have covered the environment setup for each of the use cases or the assignment which you will be doing. We have our own virtual machine which you can use it, or you can use open source or basically openly provided virtual machine from Cloudera or Hortonworks. So module 5 is more into more of technical details on HDFS. There will talking about how the backup happens, how do you create a file, how do you create a directory, and how do you basically delete a file from the file system, right? Module 6 onwards will focus on the programming framework. So we'll focus on the parallel programming framework, which is called a MapReduce. Okay, this programming framework is designed by the Google to take care of the parallel processing across the cluster of nodes. Okay, so we'll talk about how we do it. Okay, what are the use cases which we are able to solve through this, right? What are the benefits of this? Okay, sorry about this. Then we'll talk about the internals of MapReduce programming. We'll talk about MapReduce. We'll talk about the different input format class and the output format class. We'll also talk about partitioner and combiner, and we'll talk about how these are useful for solving a business case which you have, and how this enhances the business case performance when you use a couple of the jargons which we are talking about, or the advanced data structures, or the advanced data processing algorithm which we'll be using it. We'll talk about in the advanced map reduce. We have couple of sessions on the advanced map reduce. We'll talk about the cache thing. So cache is very important, guys, right? So if you have come from any background, any programming background, you know cache is very important for the performance, right? For any of your programming cases or any of your business cases which you're solving, if you want to optimize it, then you need to have a use your cache. We'll talk about joins, how the join works into a MapReduce framework, and we'll talk about a certain use case which takes care of the joining part. Then we'll jump into the pig and the other ecosystem tools, right? So basically Hadoop is a set of tools into the ecosystem. So we have pig, we have hive, we have HBase. So we'll be talking about those. We'll be talking about certain data ingestion tools like Scoop and Flume, where we'll be dealing with the technicalities also. We have assignments in each of this and practicals in each of these modules, where we'll be walking you through how it works. Okay, so we have a module on the pig. If you see the module 16, 17th and 18 is extensively on pig. Module 19 onwards, we are focusing on hive. Hive is a data warehouse database and how it works. Basically, how do you use hive? We'll be talking about all of this. We'll take a use case, a real-time use case to solve a problem statement in hive. Then we'll be focusing module 23 onwards is a NoSQL database, guys. So NoSQL databases have come into the picture because of certain drawbacks into the relational database management system, right? So there are certain things or the certain use cases where you cannot really use your RDBMS system, and that is where you would need a NoSQL database. So we'll talk about those use cases, why the need for the use case, this NoSQL landscape tools and the databases. We'll talk about the technical details of how do you work with all of them. Then we'll focus module 25 onwards is basically a data ingestion tools. So how do you push your data into HDFS, right? So there has to be a mechanism to push your data. Right now we'll be talking about two such tools. One is Scoop and another is Flume. So we'll talk about the Scoop, how do you work with Scoop, how do you import data into HDFS or import data into Hive. We'll talk about all of this, guys. Then we'll focus upon Flume, and Flume is a real-time data ingestion tool, guys. We'll be talking about different type of sources it support, a different type of sync it supports, right? How do you use different kind of channels, right? So if you have to pull my data from my different web servers and push it into my storage, there has to be a way to do that, right? And Flume provides you that way. We have last two modules on the project where we'll talk specifically about the use cases. We have a use case on data processing for the weblog file through Pig. We have another use case where you basically analyze the sentiments of the users which are coming from the Twitter, right? So this is what we would like to cover as part of our curriculum and the course. You will also have, as I said, you will also have assignments. So there are more assignments which will be on top of this whatever we would cover as part of the class. Okay, and the project work which would be apart from what it would be covered. Okay, so we'll cover two projects as part of the curriculum, but we'll have a couple of more projects which you can take care, which you can do on your own and submit a project. Okay. So this is all, guys, from the course perspective. So let me go back to the website and show you a couple of more things, right? So once you go to a website, just click on the academy. And once you click on the academy, guys, you can see there are a lot of courses. What you are interested right now is becoming a Hadoop developer. So what you guys do, you just click on this, get complete details. You fill in your name, your email address, your contact number, and the message. Okay, so message would be simple one-liner, which will tell why you are interested as part of this course. Why do you need to join this course? Right. Once you have this, guys, you will get an email onto your email box with the entire course content. Whatever I'm showing you right now, you can go through the web content. You will also get information about our next online batch, when it is going to start, how much it would be costing for you, and by when you can register for that course, right? So you'll get the complete details over here. One more thing over here is, if you want to talk to us directly, you can call us on this number. This is the number which is again displayed on the website, or you can drop an email to us on this email address, right? And one of us would get in touch with you for your query, right? That's it, guys. I would like to close on this session, and this is the first session where I have talked about the overview of the course, what we will cover, and overview of what UmagineSoft as a company we do on the big data and analytics platform, right? Hope you have any questions, guys. If you have any more questions, you just drop in an email and I will be able to respond to you. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining the session.